Fnatic's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Fnatic's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Fnatic's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Fnatic's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Winter Wyvern.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Bounty Hunter.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Fnatic's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Clockwork!
What'd you do to wake yourself up?
Remaining.
Took a nap.
What?
5 seconds
Now I'm
remaining.
awake.
That's not possible. You gotta get that 90-minute REM cycle if you're gonna feel refreshed.
Oh,
A 30-minute power nap is... you're baiting yourself.
Didn't you hear about this like sleeping seats that you could like every 4 hours you sleep, they're train your body.
Yeah, but
to
then you
your
need to
REM?
keep the rhythm. Yeah, it's like that, Uberman or something like that. I don't remember what it was
10
called.
seconds
But
remaining.
there's no way that you've been doing that for the past 8 hours.
Would that be a super
5
useful
seconds remaining.
powered half?
I don't think so, because in day-to-day life, you can't just be like, oh, sorry, friends, my 4-hour nap is coming up.
No,
I
that's not
gotta, I'll be
superpower,
back in
that's-
30 minutes.
That's just training your rhythm, right? Like, let's imagine you have a superpower that lets you sleep 2 hours a day,
On demand?
and then you're done for the whole day. Is that a good superpower?
I don't know. I think it's like a blessing and a curse, because I really like sleeping. It's just that, when I don't have time to sleep, it sucks. But
Well, we'll talk about more superpowers if this game gets boring,
5
but it
seconds
doesn't seem so
remaining.
right now. We got a Fnatic on the Radiant side, Wyvern and Clockwork. Looks like it will be a position for Clock, but Ohio has been playing a lot of position for Clock. I'll get into that a little bit more later. Mineski showing us something very different. Bounty Hunter and Doom. Not exactly the two most common heroes, especially that Bounty.
yeah, Bounty's been seeing more and more action recently. From Mineski, I haven't actually seen it, but throughout Perfect World, I saw it more than once. I don't remember which team was running it, but the hero had kind of fallen off, mainly because the 4 positions that were coming into vogue in the past few months were ones that can, have solid stuns, and they can kind of move around very quickly. Bounty Hunter is kind of like a sit and wait for position. You are off the map constantly, and you have to wait until someone ever so slightly goes out of position. And once they do get out of position, then Bounty Hunter can take advantage of it better than other heroes because, he's been invisible behind you the entire time. It's just that he doesn't offer much in terms of, like, constant harass and stuff like that. He's
5
very
seconds remaining.
burst roam, if that makes sense. But, track is as good of a spell as it's ever been, and ever since that buff to make sure it can bounce to track targets came in, Bounty Hunter really became a very competent damage dealer as well.
Yeah, I feel like the Bounty Hunter is also very weak when these solo laners are. What Bounty can do normally in the beginning, target a weak lane, let's say a weak mid, and just keep hitting that lane over and over again,
Dire
force
team
out a
pick.
kill or two. But if you think about the current mid heroes or silent heroes like Queen, Puck, Viper, Omni Knight, it's just things that you can't really backstab as Bounty and get as many opportunities. So I do imagine that's where Fnatic is going to draft their core hero. They're going to pick up a couple of heroes that aren't
10
exactly weak.
seconds remaining.
And with the bounty showing, I do imagine Mineski saying this is going to be an
5
ice
seconds
dude.
remaining. Fnatic's turn to pick.
That's what I would assume.
Shadow Demon
And I think
almost
it's safe
guarantees
bet.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Although Mineski realizes that is what Bounty's shortcomings are, and that's why they banned out Queen of Pain, banned out Razor. In fact, all these heroes are heroes that Bounty Hunter specifically has trouble with.
10
Like,
seconds remaining.
Ogre has been also seeing a uptick in pick percentage, but, not necessarily first ban material, even against Fnatic, in my opinion. But they seem to have a strategy in mind. And if there's one team that Mineski, I'm sure Winter had done his homework, and if there's one team that you need to have your most preparation for right now, I think it's Fnatic in Southeast Asia.
That's for sure.
Especially for Mineski. Like, other teams, it would be Mineski, like Fnatic and TNC, they would be preparing against Mineski, but Mineski, they've got to be worried about Fnatic.
Looking at Abed's like 5 strongest hero, it's the 2 banned ones so far. So it's Puck, Queen of Pain, and then his other ones are like Invoker,
Dire team
Tinker,
pick.
maybe Meepo. And with all those things considered, Bounty Hunter is actually really good against them because they do have those weak links. But we are going to see a
Right.
Bristleback, so this is going to be the Jackie Mouse special. Seen him play this hero a ton, even when the hero is considered not that good. He definitely, of course,
10
spammed a bunch
seconds
when the hero
remaining.
was good. Guess this is supposedly your Doom counter.
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Yeah, I think Bristleback's being slept on, actually. He was one of the completely unpicked heroes of some like culmination of events, or maybe it was just like I don't remember what it was, but Bristleback was like, oh, it was Dream League, I
10
think.
seconds
I think Bristleback was like the only hero that wasn't picked in Dream League. Or maybe it was Clinks.
5 seconds.
I don't remember. But Bristleback is not a popular hero, as you said. And I think that the hero definitely has a place. Do you know what EE typically builds him with, like, item-wise?
The same standard stuff. Vanguard Hood, Radiant Speed, that kind of trajectory.
No Octarine at any point?
Maybe in the late game.
Dire team back.
But the early game start is always the same. I am surprised by the lack of Viper pick. Instead of this Mirana, I thought Viper breaking that Bristleback passive was a no-brainer. But instead, they want the SD Mirana combination.
Bristleback's kind of a tricky hero for Viper to deal with because Bristle has really high move speed. And so chances are that, like, you may be able to toss down another Toxin, but if you don't have any stuns to keep Bristle inside of that Nether Toxin, then he's just gonna walk out of it.
You got
and
Viper
right now,
Strike. You got Doom.
yeah, but even that,
Demonic
like,
Purge.
it's not.
Fnatic
Those are slows.
turn to
This
ban.
fool will be able to get out of stuff like that.
Slow him down to 100%. 100 movement. He ain't moving.
It's true. You gotta get a Hex up in this. But yeah, I actually thought that one of the heroes that Aeon Disc would be good on would be Bristleback, because
10
it's difficult to think of core positions that could easily build Aeon Disc, because you're like, are you ever okay with my core not dealing damage for 2.5 seconds? And most of the times the answer is no. But for Bristleback, you're still tossing out passive quills, you can still cast your quills, and while they're not doing any damage, they're still increasing stacks. And then whenever you finally, take that combo breaker active off, then you can start dealing damage. But it doesn't seem to be the case, but Envy still seems to have faith in the hero, and I am curious to see how well it'll work out. I don't think Ice will build an Aghanim's Doom to break it either. I think they're just going to deal with the Bristleback the old-fashioned way.
By the way, I do believe this is going to be
Fnatic's turn to
Ohio
pick.
Clock. You're going to pick up a position 4 hero. I think with Bristleback and Medusa, it's going to eat enough resources off the map. They're going to pick up Earth Spirit or... This has been their thing. They just go run 1-2 core and then they run 3 essentially supports. Give
10
and
seconds
Abed
remaining.
the space and farm to essentially go on.
5 seconds.
Yeah, but more often than not, I feel like Abed is given more playmaking heroes to get that to work. And Medusa's not really a playmaking hero.
Big plays. You turn on the Stone Gaze. Plays are made.
The thing that I think is that what Fnatic's like, yeah, I know. But I think Fnatic has found success recently with Abed because there's kind of like a seesaw effect with Envy and Abed. Because they'll both be like constantly shifting focus between their two heroes. Like Envy will make some space, or he'll either intentionally or unintentionally create space by drawing focus from the enemies, however you want to call it. He'll do Envy things, but Abed will like pull it back and be like, no, pay attention to me, and I'm the person that you need to pay attention to. But right now, like, Abed seems like a liability this game, especially with the last pick Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, so I do have a lot to say about the Medusa versus PL matchup. So on one hand, yes, you could get Aghanim Scepter, and it does like insta-pop every single illusion that the Mystic touches. That's definitely true. And that's why Medusa is actually one of the best CK counters in the whole. The problem with that is, even when you pop the first wave of the PL illusion, you could easily, quickly mix so many more that I don't think it's even a counter. And of course, Phantom Lancer will be a blade and then eat Medusa. This is actually going to be a very difficult draft in my opinion. In fact, I'm favoring Mineski's draft much more here.
And even beyond Phantom Lancer, like, yeah, so I definitely hate Aghanim Scepter on Medusa against PL. I've seen it in pubs, and I always think, like, there's no reason why you should be building this. But the other thing is Mirana has a mana break talent, and she will very quickly, I think it's level 20, but she's definitely going to hit that. And it works.
Or she can just buy Diffusal Blade.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so she'll get the mana break talent, and I'm assuming on the way to mana break, she'll get a Diffusal because it's a great item on Medusa, and then you get Manta Style, and your illusions get both the mana break from the Diffusal Blade and the mana break from your talents, and then you can just kiss goodbye to your mana shield as a Medusa.
Well, even the bigger thing is, if you look at the lockdown for the side of Fnatic, right? You got Clockwork Cogs, you got Earth Spirit's Kit, And that's pretty much it against both Mirana and PL, which have built-in tools to get out of the cogs. I feel like Fnatic is also lacking in terms. So, I mean, all these checkboxes, I feel like it's favoring Mineski, but I've seen worse drafts win Dota games before. I'm not gonna count Fnatic out completely.
I'm curious to see how Envy's gonna deal with this, because Envy is not going to be able to kill Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer may be able to kill himself, but like it's up to PL if he wants to die to Bristleback, in my opinion, because you're going to be able to purge off the nasal goo, and I mean, you can't purge off the quills, but like you don't have to be attacking Bristleback. You can just leave him alone and go on the Medusa instead.
Man, Mirana only gets plus 25 mana break at 20. That's so low.
Only?
Weaver gets plus 20 at 10.
Seconds to battle.
Yeah, it is pretty good. But, I mean, Mirana's
AM
also
gets like
way too good.
by 7.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
I'm curious what Moon will go, because I think it's totally worth going Diffusal Mantis style. But maybe that's going too all in on the Medusa. Maybe you pick the PL because, you know, PL is going to deal with Dusa, and Mirana is going to deal with Bristleback.
I actually think Mana Break is also very good against Bristleback. I feel like both of these heroes have a weakness of like having a small mana pool.
Kind of. A lot of times I'll feel like that. Like, I'll see Invoker against Bristleback sometimes, and I'm like, oh man, EMP is going to be great. But more often than not, like, by the time Bristleback finally gets all of his mana burned off, you already have way too many quill stacks on you. And Moon is actually hoping for a cheeky arrow rather than showing up at the lane right away, but DJ is just going to tank it.
Alright, he got an arrow off, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why he went for that, because like he has this ward that's placed on the mid lane, and that's a great ward, but like you saw Earth Spirit the entire time. And now he's just going to go to the bot lane.
Denied. I refuse you. No.
Lane-wise, I think the only advantageous lane, the top. Got the 1v1 versus, but even at that, I don't think it's that advantageous. Bottom lane looks like we're gonna see a Rowan against Moon. They know he's got arrow 1. Jackie. Also
Oh, it's that. Oh, Envy tanking the arrow that may have come.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this decision to send Mirana to the bot lane and PL mid?
I like it because you could use Mystic, or you could use double ganger to dodge Mystic Snake, which is actually one of Medusa's strongest way to win the lane, nullify it essentially. This is actually a pretty common lane matchup in the middle, given the fact that PL is such a decent counter. So you see teams like TNC play a lot because they have a bunch of Jin spammers. A bunch being cooked. Was it Raven? I think Raven.
Yeah, it was Raven. Yeah, and this means that Pieliedie, who was probably going to be spending time in this mid lane regardless, but like he definitely has to make sure that Abed still stays well protected. But that's the advantage of picking a safe lane carry like Bristleback. Envy's not going to need any help in this bot lane whatsoever, so Wyvern can alternate between protecting Abed in the mid lane, and then potentially going up to take over Clockwork's lane if Clockwork ever feels like leaving to go roam or something like that. Which right now, Ohio's getting some levels with bot lane.
Jay's gonna eat the arrow combination. Nice 2-man stun, and that will be the end of that. I do have to say though, the Fnatic supports are not really doing as well as the Mineski support. Row in here.
Quills.
What a long range bro, and that's gonna be a kill. Jabs.
You're
gonna
done.
go down. First blood to Jackie Mao. That will force even a leap. Currently we have 8 runes spawned in this game. Fnatic has taken 1 of them. Mineski has taken 7, so it shows the effectiveness of the dire support currently.
Wait, how'd you see that?
I counted it.
Counted it? I thought you had some hidden layer stuff on your screen or something.
Kindergarten has prepared me to count up to 8.
Impressive.
Not many could do that.
Well, let's see if Envy may overplay his hand. Ninja Boogie's here, but I really don't think Envy needs to be afraid of anything. There is Soul Catcher, but it's only level 1. Yeah, and he's just gonna walk out.
Okay, well, maybe not. Arrow's gonna come through. It's gonna hit on point, but now 2 heroes are hitting him in the front. Looks like he might be in a little bit of trouble. In fact, he's dropping
Nice
fast.
body blocks.
And that is gonna be the kill. I totally did not expect him to go down.
Yeah, that was well played. Both of the supports going in the front, and then not only staying in the front, but body blocking so that Mirana is also able to get that leap. And they didn't even need to use Starstorm. I mean, Mirana doesn't have Starstorm, but like normally you need that magic burst to go up against a Bristleback, and all the supports survive. Successful rotation by Ninja Boogie's Bounty Hunter.
Top lane, by the way, we still have that 1v1. The CS looks a little bit lopsided. That 10 deny from Qualifier, a bunch of them is from his power cog. So don't read too much into that stats. He is definitely leading in CS, of course. Doom catching back up with the Devour. And looks like he's actually going for a very damage-heavy build with taking up the Infernal Blade.
Yeah, I've been seeing Infernal Blade more and more. I don't know if it's specifically against like a strength hero matchup kind of thing, because obviously strength heroes have more max HP generally speaking. But I see success with it. The only thing is that you're not able to be as much of a mid-game bully as a max Scorched Earth Doom would be, as Envy is cutting the wave right now. Pretty deep. And keeping the stacks up on Moon.
Another one.
And Moon is just eating them.
Arrow's gonna come through.
He's not gonna...
A lot of damage.
Moon needs to be really careful.
Looks like Envy has rebot Tangled. Way to regen back up. And finally, how's our mid lane doing? Jesus, Abed's getting
top
wrecked.
lane. That's what you need to be looking at. Is now roll in. They want to get the kill on Ohio. Infernal Blade DOT is gonna finish him off.
Yep, that's why he leveled up. So much damage over time. I was gonna point out that Abed was getting wrecked on the CS department right now by Mushi.
Well, I mean, we said it was a counter matchup. And Pilot has actually been moving around. He's gone down to the bot lane at this point, which I don't think Envy needs the help. Like, yeah, sure he died, but there were 3 heroes there. Rolling on mid lane. Mushi does not have mana for Doppelganger. He's getting whacked.
Not
but
enough,
he's gonna live!
Yeah. Did just one more Mystic Snake, didn't get... Oh my goodness, I'm just missing kills all the
Wait,
time.
what?
Sorry. That's a solo kill by Ohio. Looks like he was able to hook in, find him in an isolated spot.
Yeah, man, he definitely took Ice by surprise. Ice had 13 wand charges, so he must have been at really low HP.
Huh. Ice is not the type of player that would forget about something like that, so...
Unless if he, like, dropped his wand and he was, like, taunting Ohio or something like that.
If he dropped
that
his
could
wand,
definitely have happened.
He wouldn't have his wand anymore, right, if he died.
That's true. Maybe it was in his backpack. Well, he has Doom now, but he came back to the top lane. I thought now that you basically got a gift back to the fountain. Yeah, but like, is Ohio really worth it? Are you gonna be able to do this even?
Not even
nope.
Close
not even close.
Actually,
this is pretty close.
Oh, they have Shrine though.
Yeah. Even gets a value stack off. Is it gonna work? Nope. Mid lane.
Disruption.
Let's go. Soul Catcher.
Gonna be there. Mana Shield is turned on, but the mana is being drained very fast. Abed dropping low. He pops the magic wand. Kick back here by DJ. And now the fight gets turned around. Jabs isolated from his teammates, but he
10 stick
fine.
charges.
Yeah, he definitely is. And now Mirana coming through as well. Pops the magic stick. They will have roll in a couple seconds, but like you're not gonna give
Every hero in this game needs stick. And every hero in the game does almost have stick. Because on Radiant, you've got the Shadow Poison, and, you know, Lance spam and stuff like that. And on Dire, you've got, you know, Bristleback, which is basically, like, all you need to buy a wand on your team.
Bounty Hunter throws out a ton of tracks as well. Although he does it from, like, hills and stuff. Maybe not. It's like this stack is gonna get blocked by Ninja Boot. Oh, efficient play.
Yeah, I guess that's what Pilot Eye's been, whenever he's not been protecting mid or whatever he's been stacking. Bristleback, an excellent hero to take Ancients. I imagine that Bristle's going to be taking these, not Medusa, because Medusa's usually not strong enough, and you can stack for her again you know, once she finally has points in split shot, which right now Abe is just going straight Mystic Snake into Mana Shield, no points in split shot yet.
See how good Jackie's Star Sense is. Couple heroes missing off the map. No, they're not even gonna go for him. On arrows.
You were able to do that when Bristleback was like level 3, but he's level 7 now.
Top lane, Ice getting isolated. The Cog's gonna be there. They roll in against Doom. Doom dropping very low. Scorch Earth on cooldown as well. He pops a magic wand. Get back to essentially full mana. A ton of HP as well. They drop him low enough, but they don't get the kill. Done here by Ice. I thought for sure he was a goner.
He's got that unholy aura, son. The Satyr.
That's helping him out.
Who needs Scorched Earth? Oh, hell yeah, it's helping him out. Roll in. Nice!
Kick's gonna be there. They need a little bit more, but
oh my God.
Just running out of it. Ice.
The Satyr aura is
and
too strong.
Yes, they do have Dust for Ninja Booty. Is he gonna be able to get off the deny? No, the Rocket Flare. Blast it. So I think this game, because we kept saying, you know, how bad the draft is, as we have MVP going
bot
on
lane.
I think Ohio needs to do so much for the team to bring them back.
Wow, he backs off.
I guess
Ohio is doing a lot though. Him keeping Doom busy. The fact that Ice went back to the top lane to Doom Clockwork, in my opinion, like that's a huge impact that Ohio has by, you know, just tanking a Doom. But like the fact that Doom thought it was necessary to do that and thought that it was possible to get a kill. So Ohio has been having a huge impact, and I don't imagine he's going to slow down anytime soon. He's level 9 right now. He's got a hookshot up again, and Doom and Clockwork are just like butting heads right now. They're not interested in going to any of these other lanes with their spells. They just want to kill each other.
He's gonna pour it in here, and now he's gonna apply the slow Clockwork hook if he wants it. No, he actually pops a Doom here just to essentially save his life, but I think Envy can make this a very easy dive. Roll in, the kick's gonna be there, Envy. Cold Spray's gonna be out, and Ice. Whoa! That got a little scary here. Tower bring him very low, but not low enough.
And no one rotated because they're too busy going on mid? No, what are they even doing?
Wait, is Jab's gonna somehow get this kill? There's no way, right?
He didn't have vision. He's trying to cut him off before he gets to the shrine. Okay, let's go.
Oh, that's a kill.
Yeah, with Bounty Hunter. Pop.
Well, that is a straight up freebie.
That's actually great. I would gladly trade Doom for Bristleback kill. The downside is, man, so many freaking Shadow Demons, they always forget they get this illusion now. You get an illusion. Yeah, they never micro it. Look, he's even walking next to it and he's just like, hey, I got a Bristleback here.
You stack camps with that, you can push.
You can do so much with it. You can cut the creep wave with it.
Sure. It basically will last as long as the enemy's death timer.
They're dead. Yeah.
So in the late game, my goodness, it lasts forever.
Yeah, it's amazing. Especially if you can get a hero with an aura, which this game there aren't going to be any useful heroes with an aura, but actually maybe if EE goes pipe.
Or Radiance.
Or Radiance, actually. Yeah, that's true.
That's a big one.
And as suspected, EE is taking Ancients, as yet again, Ice and Ohio are just duking it out. Demonic Purge used, and Hookshot is blocked.
Yeah, that's just gonna fly out here. Ohio eats another Inferno Blade, pops a cog.
Jesus Christ, this guy's tanky.
Disruption again, and they're gonna catch up on him, but that Magnetize is doing a lot of work. But looks like Jabs will survive this. Rocket snipes.
Nah, you already used it.
Oh,
let's see if it goes for a YOLO. Oh, the scan? Let's go. Let's go.
Fire, it's coming in. It's not enough damage. Oh, it is enough damage. It's max rockets. What am I saying? I thought he maxed. Dude, why is he level 10? Why is he so high
because him and Ice are just relentless at each other. Look,
he's two
they're
levels
back again.
Above Ohio, though. He's got a hood.
You mean he's 2 levels above Ice? Yeah, that's because Ohio's not dying and Ice is dying.
Dude. Oh god, dude.
You said he had to have a big impact. Could you ask for anything more from a Clockwork right now? Maybe killing mid, but Phantom Lancer's a hard kill.
He has a death right now, so report Ohio.
True. True.
I mean, when your teammate of Jackie Mao, you know you have to have a big impact.
Gotta make space.
Somebody's gonna do the carrying. Alright. Nice nice warding on Ancients. That's the one thing you need to make sure that you are, when you're playing against Fnatic, you gotta keep taps on Ancients. Either block their camps or challenge it.
Especially against these heroes. I'm actually surprised they didn't go for the investment of like Shadow Demon walking into block stacks because, you know, Bristleback was able to successfully get that bottom ancient stack, and he was doing progress on this top one, but left to go get kills.
Warrior flying in. Ooh, trying to go for the core. Bounty Hunter, by the way, level 6. Start gaming.
Ours.
So I wonder if they're gonna double up on Hood. Because Clockwork's got a Hood finish now.
I feel like there's not enough magic damage, now Hookshot comes in onto Jabs, he's dead. Arrow threads the needle.
Jabs. Wait. He
Wow,
just walked
what?
out of that one. Yep, he's got the Rocket
Flare.
Flare though. It's gonna get the kill. They have Tracker on Ohio. He's seeing a ton of damage. Pops the Cogs, will run away. The poison not gonna help out. Now Mirana leaps in a very awkward spot. They have no way to cancel that TP. So he's home free. Ninja
Boogie still wants this.
Ninja Boogie's
He's
not
looking
gonna
for a
get it.
creep. If he can hit a creep and it'll bounce. But I
he's
don't
got
know,
a
he doesn't have
hood,
the mana. Oh yeah, you're right, he also has a
You can
hood.
pop the stick. Pop the stick. Oh.
Yeah, but with the
Shadow
hood,
Box.
he can't get the kill, yeah. And now PL is stealing Medusa's Ancients. I say Medusa's Ancients at this point because now she needs it. Bristleback needs to start creating space.
I do wonder if Envy's gonna go into straight Radiance here. You're gonna make a pit stop.
Against a Shadow Demon, I don't think you can. Like, ignoring Soul Catcher, just Disruption Illusions alone is way too much.
So you think? No, he's queues up the Radiance.
That seems like a bad idea.
I just don't know what your alternate choice are. Like drums, SNY, I guess. Let's go race.
I mean, you
card.
have Medusa on your team. Do you really need to get damage? You just need to tank up. Finish off a Crimson Guard. Go for the pipe. Blade Mail, maybe.
I mean, honestly, I don't think the Bristleback Illusions are that big of a deal, considering that they have Mystic Snake probably just pops them.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, and Bristleback damage in general, like, from the quills and whatnot. Usually you need AoE damage to deal with Disruption, but, like, I don't know. It's not only is it somewhat bad against Shadow Demon, but it's a greedy item. It's an expensive build-up, and... Oh, he changes it. Now he's going for pipe. I mean, hood.
Okay.
Hook shot, top lane, connects perfectly.
Envy just turns
Animation! He can't get any of his spells off his doom, his illusions immediately
Can
die,
you
he
go for a
finally
deny?
gets it off.
Tried to go for the deny, not gonna get it.
Dire structures are fortified.
Like you said. Double
Feels
hood.
bad. I think it's the right call. I don't think Radiance is the right call.
You might still end up going back for it.
And the other thing is, like, if he finishes off a pipe, then he'll also be giving Pipe Aura if his illusions are made from Shadow Demon. And man, he's
Look at
going in
how
for this.
aggressive Envy's playing.
Yeah. I
Completely
mean, he doesn't have
bullying
anything to be worried
Piranha.
about. What are Bristle's talents? So mana regen. I always like I've seen a lot of pro Bristlebacks go both, but mana regen just seems so much better. Especially this game, obviously, like we said, because of the potential mana burn sources from PL and Medusa. But just in general, like, you're not able to be this aggressive as a Bristleback if you go the move speed thing, because you'll run out of spells to keep your Warpath stacks up.
It's definitely much better early on than compared to later.
Right, and now
Bristleback
another
actually
roll.
does have very high intelligence.
Dude, they are just bullying Ice Ice Ice
Kill
so
Ice Ice
much
Ice.
already. Man, Moonlight Shadowed, no dice. Mid lane though, Abed's taking damage from this Diffusal Blade illusion, but oh,
Bounce. Gonna
oh!
get the kill. Nice.
Shout out to Max Shuriken.
That's the only way to play.
Dire's top tower has
What are we
fallen.
talking about? Max Janata Battle Fury? It's the only way to play him. I don't know what you're talking about.
Radiant
EE is
Use a
all
blade
alone
finish.
on this island,
Disruption. Arrow's gonna fly through. It's an envy party over here.
and he's looking at it. 4-hero track.
Downey's on a dominating streak. Gonna go for earn drums. Gonna fight early
Radiant's
with the
middle tower is under attack.
That was nearly a 1k net worth shift just off of that one Bristle kill.
sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Bounty Hunter fair here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, despite not really... Ninja Boogie managed to find levels very quietly, and managed to find, like, gold as well very quietly, because we didn't really see Bounty Hunter getting very many kills besides that one Bristle in the bot lane. And still, he managed to hit an early level 6, and been getting great vision for his team, I imagine. he was able to find that, I think, ancient stack for the PL to steal from Medusa. So Ninja Boogie's having a great impact, despite not really, like, visually to the viewer seeming like he has a big impact.
It's also the one that, like, when they're going on his core, he ports in, his core dies, and he just leans up for a kill.
Yeah.
So he's been able to kind of receive a lot of bounty from it. Abed finishing that ancient stack. Looks like he's going to be going for a Hurricane Pipe. Always good choice.
Dude, Ice is so scared.
He's like, I don't see the
There's
clock.
just an empty creep wave just sitting there. He's just like, oh god, I can't farm that. Which I don't think he needs to farm at this one. He's got maxed out Scorched Earth. He's got a Solar Crest completed, which I don't think Solar Crest was his first choice. I think he was just kind of stuck into getting it because of how his landing phase went. But it's a fine item, and now he's going to smoke up with jabs. Look for a Doom target. Ideally the Medusa. The Bristleback will take too long to kill. And Ninja Boogie's actually not scouting out as much ahead as I thought he would, but I guess that's just because they want to take this tier 2. And they see EE.
Out of mana pool, they doom him as well. Anybody to supporting in? Clockwork's gonna hook there as well, but it was a disrupted hook in. They can pop a heal on the Envy if they want, and Pi is trying to fly next to his ally. They're still showing him Envy. Where's the heal? Where's the heal? Pi's got the mana. Doesn't need it. He's actually gonna tank through all of it, and it looks like going on Envy was the biggest bait of his life. Looks like he's gonna go down, leaving the Curse Spirit. Ninja Boogie dropping very low, throwing out some tracks. And looks like he will survive. Ooh, Rocket Flare! Oh, barely missing. The arrow's gonna hit on Ohio. Now they might turn around. Defense up here on Ninja Boogie, and they will get the one track kill.
Right side, EE though is getting so close to this shrine. He finally hits it, but he goes down to the Phantom Lancer illusions. And now let's see if Ninja Boogie can get any cleanup. He doesn't have any mana though, and he doesn't have any stick charges, so he's just gonna have to back out. That was actually, go ahead. I'll let you. What you saw. What did you say?
The fight started really well for Fnatic, right? They forced Mineski to fight essentially under the building for such a long time.
Right.
And then they won the initial half the fight, then they begin chasing. And then that's the problem with this lineup. This lineup just doesn't chase well. This
lineup or this team? Because Envy was kind of all alone on the right side, while the rest of his team was fighting on the left side. And Envy got a second lease on life after that Doom, because like I said, they can't Doom Bristleback first, it takes too long to kill. And so they went for it, and that's why the first half of the fight went so bad. Doom went down, he was eating quill sprays left and right, he couldn't get out of the fight. But then once once Mineski was able to drag Fnatic out of that tower AoE and split the Radiant team in half, then all of a sudden things started going very south. But they're trying to recover with a Roche now, and it's going to be pretty fast.
Yep. Got the Days of View.
Yeah, they're going to get this for free. Well, not for free. Tier 2 might go down. Which someone could go defend it. But they're just going to guarantee this Roche.
Wishi's been having a relatively silent game. Once he's just farming. Arrow Scout. Very, very low. Is he going to make the jump in? Aegis will get claimed by Eternal Envy, and now Mirana in a little bit of trouble. The Curse is going to lock him down after the leaps. Jabs stuck behind the Curse, as well as a bunch of heroes. He actually forced after the low ground. He might be fine. Demon Emperor is going to go on Pilot Die. Pilot Die is going to try to heal himself. The track, the Shuriken Toss is going to take him down.
Wow.
Clockwork's dead as well. They doom up Medusa. They're going to try to take down Medusa. Medusa losing all of her mana pool very, very quickly. Medusa's down as well. 3 dead. And make it 4 as they're going to chase down Envy. Envy does have the Aegis.
Yeah, I don't think you can do it.
Alright.
You have too many quill sprays. They all had like 4 stacks of quill sprays on them.
And again, that seems to be the problem with Fnatic. They just don't have any lockdown to chase any people down. That was a position 5 Shadow Demon with the 4 staff, and that juked the whole team. I mean, it juked him long enough. He eventually did die, but they committed so many more spells onto it.
Yeah, the problem was that... Oh, that's now top lane. DJ, he's gonna get out. So the thing was that Mirana got cursed by Wyvern mid-leap, and Shadow Demon was taunted by the curse. And so like he was constantly pathing, trying to get to the Mirana, just auto-pathing, but also not taking any damage whatsoever. And so I don't know if Fnatic was confused, but it definitely seemed like they were trying to like spend a lot of time damaging a Shadow Demon that was undamageable. Just because it looked kind of weird because he wasn't in the AoE. Oh man, almost gets the hook off on Ninja Boogie.
Oh.
Nice force staff into the cog.
The arrow though, it's gonna come in from the back line. They have disruption to save Ninja as well if they need it. They don't even. Mineski pulling ahead. All of this is in the background.
Oh snap! They got a pipe or a clockwork. Let's go. Let's use that illusion. What are you doing? Why is it? It finds Pile I Die.
Kai's gonna die to this illusion, guys. Oh my god. Yeah. One more thing to add is that right now Mineski is leading up in all these trades, and of course they're the one that working the track. So Fnatic is in a lot of trouble in my opinion.
They're only 4 kills up, but 8k gold ahead, and they definitely have not been out farming. I'm pretty sure Medusa has been keeping the pace with PL, and I'm pretty sure Bristleback has been out farming the Mirana, but thanks to track, the net worth advantage is just growing and growing. Freaking, like, the fact that Shadow Demon even has a 4-staff period, like, early game, you see a net worth advantage, and in 99% of games, it's like, okay, well, Anti-Mage has like 5k more net worth than the enemy carry, and that's like the big portion of the net worth advantage. But when you have a Bounty Hunter, it's really well-rounded. Most, like, no Shadow Demon should be able to get a 4-staff at like 20 minutes, unless if you're being super selfish, but Jabs has not been selfish, he's just been showing up to kills.
And now Mineski essentially is setting up shop in the enemy. I do feel like Fnatic's slowly being choked in. Nowhere for them to fall.
Top tower is under attack.
Which is surprising, because they have pretty good vision on the map right now. They've got 2 wards aggressively placed on dire half the map. But they're just group farming right now.
Everyone's doing.
And Abed, I don't know if he can feel safe here. Mushi is like, this is too good to be true. There's no way that this Medusa is just all alone.
The reverse mind game.
Yeah. Look, even Ohio sees this Jab's Shadow Demon, he's just like, nah. It can't just be a Shadow Demon. Whoa, he just straight up disrupts himself? The mind games? Let's see what you got. Oh, come on, that's the oldest trick in the book! That's the oldest trick in the book! I can't believe they fell for that.
Yeah, he poured it home.
I can't believe that.
I mean, what you could do? Not gonna chase that thing? What if that was the real one, though?
Who would preemptively disrupt themselves and then actually walk out?
Who knows?
A Herald player. Does Jabs look like a Herald player to you?
You know what would be sick is if you move his illusion and use his real hero to force staff his illusion. That would make it so
oh man, that would be huge. I would have fallen for that.
Why am I not a divine rank player?
Divine 5.
I got the hero mechanic.
I'm a herald in the streets, but divine in the sheets.
Oh, okay.
Envy is moving back towards the Radiance, which, you know, at this point I think you do need more damage on your team, so I'm okay with it. And Medusa is now kind of comfortable with the amount of farm. Like, she's working her way to a Scotty, has Pike completed, has Mask of Madness completed, but I'm glad that Envy stopped off for the Hood first, because going straight Radiance, then he would have died in a lot more fights than he has.
So it's gonna be one of those slow farm games, at least from Fnatic. That's really their only option, right? I don't think they could really go on the offensive.
No.
Whereas I feel like Mineski could do what they want. So far is pushing a tier 2.
Yeah, Mineski is making this map smaller and smaller for Fnatic. Fnatic has not crossed the river in like the past 8 minutes or so. And now tier 2 tower goes down mid. Tier 2 top as Pylai dies getting whacked. And they will take that tier 2 top afterwards.
Like Shadow for Ohio, they have vision of him through the track.
That dude has a pipe. I don't know if you can do this.
The arrow's gonna be there, a little bit off.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Actually, come to think of it, the track is also quite good against Bounty Hunter, in the sense that it just gives your team a bunch of movements to reposition, aka run away from.
Yeah, and this is a team, as we've said time and time again, with no lockdown, so you get some track move speed, and that just makes Mineski that much harder to lock in place. And as suspected, Moon has gone for Diffusal Blade into Manta style, and also gets just straight cursed. Let's see how many leaps you got. None, because you got silenced into the Manta style. One, jukes the hookshot unintentionally.
Purposely misses the leap on the first one, right?
That's how you know he's a divine player right there.
Because you know that he thinks I'm good enough to make it over the leap.
But really, the cliff, I knew pixel perfect that I would fall down the cliff.
That is some SCA calculus. Perfectly right.
Their initiation was good, so they had the cogs in such a way that it would immediately shock her when she came out of the disruption, and then they had to follow up silence, but Moon had Manta style and 3 leap charges, only needed to use 1 because it didn't get hooked. And so yeah, as I was saying, Diffusal Blade into Manta style, and she's level 18, getting very close to level 20. And between, so let's do a little math here. 25 mana break for the talent, 50 mana break for the Diffusal Blade, so that's 75 per unit, and 3 units, so that's 225 mana break, basically when all 3 of them attack. It's quite a bit.
Yep. That's not including from
no, I wasn't including Diffusal. Oh, from PL, yeah.
PLs. Well, I don't know what the turnaround is for Fnatic. I guess Medusa? I wonder if this game you actually go +7 split strike.
Oh man. Can you do anything if you get initiated on, doomed, shurikened, and doom?
Let's see if Fnatic's gonna take a fight with their Shrine 4v4.
Man, this is an unfortunate sentry ward. Does not catch this observer ward right here, and that's why Medusa died. Did you see my pretty drawings?
No, I didn't.
Oh, come on. What? I said where Medusa died. I gave you the context clues.
Alright, draw again.
Sentry ward. Observer ward.
Okay,
out of the AoE.
I was looking at the wrong sentry.
GG. Now look at the mid lane, because Doom is getting initiated on.
I'm looking at the top lane though. This Rax. Rax in trouble, guys.
You're looking at the space. I'm looking at how the space is being made.
Okay, Doom. Envy's pretty much out of mana.
Oh man, Pylai Die goes down to the demonic purge.
They're pushing 3 lanes at once.
All 3 lanes.
Yep.
Wait, how did Mushi get down here? Oh, BOTs.
Here comes the buyback, but they've lost melee Rax already. Eternal Envy and his team needs to catch a lot of people. He can't catch anything.
I don't know why Pi bought back. I don't think there's anything, there's no, like we've said, there's no way to keep Mineski in place. Pylai Die's Winter's Curse is the only spell that can keep Mineski in place. And so a buyback doesn't really accomplish anything because they'll just back off immediately.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Because even Hookshot is unreliable now, because you've got Doppelganger on PL, you've got Force Staff on Shadow Demon, you've got Leap and Manta Style on Mirana. You really have no good hookshot targets.
Yeah, that's kind of something that we talked about in the draft. Like, past a certain point, even when your Earth Spirit rolls in for a silence, Manta Style takes that off too.
Yeah. Roche is up though. And a Roche type fight can often turn things. It's just that even Fnatic's team fight are like, you have to get a curse into an immediate follow-up stone gaze or something like that, while Envy gets like a ton of quill spray stacks that'll get boosted by the stone. I don't know. Well, they're gonna smoke. And it's scanned. And Bounty Hunter's gonna pop it. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, that's the oldest trick in Envy smoke. Smoke Roche while moving. Here we go, Doom happening on the back line here, and it's gonna be on Pilot Die. Pilot Die trying to fly away, but it looks like he's gonna get burned down. Meanwhile, Abed coming on the back line here against Ice Ice Ice. Trapped up, the Cogs very good blocking everyone out. Stone Gaze. Is Ice 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 still alive? Nope. He's gonna die to the AoE. Tracks are online right now. They will get a secondary kill onto the Mirana. That's a big pick.
Huh. So normally you see 4 enemy heroes clumped up into something like Cogs, and you're like, wow, this is great. We can totally toss some AoE spells here. But they don't have any AoE spells. Instead, it was just Doom trying to chase Pili Die, as now Pili Die does die. Shadow Demon trades his life for it, but Shadow Demon's worth a lot more than a Winter Wyvern. Although it is Winter Wyvern's death buyback. And the illusion is stuck on a cliff, so he can't use it.
Force it down, somebody.
I don't really know if it was necessary to Doom the Wyvern. I think that may have been why that fight went so poorly for Mineski. Because not only did Doom spend Doom on Wyvern, but he also had to get massively out of position to get that Doom off. And now Ninja Boogie's in trouble, but he's gonna get out. Oh, Abed loses all of his mana. Wow.
I don't know what you could do against PL.
Envy. Fusel Blade is down.
Envy not gonna die, but at the same time, that's just...
Well, Medusa's dead for a minute with no buyback now. So what was briefly a Fnatic advantage has yet again turned back in Mineski's favor.
Checking out how we're doing in terms of the items. Anything interesting popping out to you? There's a Crimson Guard on Ohio.
Yeah.
Crimson on Ice Ice Ice.
Yeah.
The rest all pretty damaged or...
Envy has completed his Radiance. And Mirana has hit level 20, so she's got the 25 mana break talent. And that was just PL. Basically 1v1ing Medusa. Granted, it was a Medusa without Stone Gaze, which is, you know, there's no way that she can deal with the PL, but that was like a fast death as well.
Barely caught it on camera.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
I guess your plan now becomes farm for an eternity?
Well, Fnatic can't leave their base. So their plan is try to squeeze as much farm out while making sure that all 3 lanes do not enter your high ground.
Well, 2 lanes, because they lost the lane.
Ah, yes, that's true. But, you know, that one comes high ground. You start losing a little bit of your effigies and whatnot. Man. Remember when there used to be shrines on the high ground?
Oh yeah, that made games faster too. They took away shrines.
Yeah, that is actually a good point. That was always so dumb. It basically took, like, 3 waves, because, like, the first wave would be spent by Glyph. The second wave would be spent by, like, 1.5 shrines. And then the third wave, maybe you'd be able to finally take high ground.
A lot of slow movement across the border.
This is a tough position for Ohio to be in, because they have, like, pretty good radiant vision on their, like, outside of their base. But what does he do if he hookshots something? Oh man. Nice attempt at an aggressive 4-step on Ice Ice Ice, but did not work. Would have been sick if it worked, though.
The slow push mid and bottom, or mid and top, excuse me. And this is actually so annoying. Look how safe they're playing.
He can't do anything to Mushi. Mushi's just whacking his building. He's just staring at him.
Oh, there's that curse.
Alright.
Alright, okay. That's some dead dude. Meanwhile though, Tier 3 was doing it.
Okay, well, mid and... oh, man! That Medusa Illusion plus Demonic Purge. Goodbye, Pi. Top tier 3 goes down, and mid is very shortly going to follow, whenever Mushi gets tired of lancing Envy. which I don't think is ever
Yeah,
going to
you
happen.
could really just walk up and come. He has a blink actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
blinks
there
up.
you go. And that's mid.
Has fallen.
Top
What
now.
do you do?
Getting hit by Mirana. Arrow gonna fly through.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Dude, they're just watching everything they love being taken away from them.
I mean, they have
right
no
before their
counterplay.
eyes.
They actually
have no
can't-
counterplay. Yeah, they don't.
They don't have any stuns. Or
Doom is
disable.
dead. Their third highest net worth hero is dead, and they can't do anything against pushing high ground.
All right. Well, this makes my job easier. I'm just gonna just camera on the 2 rack.
Zoom it out big time. And that's
Radiant's
melee
top
racks
tower
gone.
has fallen.
You know, I do often say, like, you know, Dusa can totally come back from mega creeps. But I don't know about this game. She is almost level 25 though, and you did mention that split shot target thing.
Invisibility.
I wonder if the orbs is still just better because he has Maelstrom, right?
Maelstrom, Scotty, Lifesteal. Yeah, it's a tough call.
Although against PLs, you know.
Yeah, because like you get 7 more chances to proc, technically. Oh, well, I mean, no. Oh, yeah, never mind. It doesn't work both ways. So either you get your split shot procs, or you get a whole bunch of right clicks. And maybe you do go for the procs, actually. Yeah, I think you go for modifiers.
Radiant's courier has been
Prize
killed.
is mine.
Oh, it finally died.
That's
Oh
a
man,
heart.
it had a heart.
The Envy's heart.
I believe so. As he shamefully puts his wand back into his inventory.
The heart of the team. As a built-in heart.
Who's the brain?
Everyone except Jackie, I guess.
Who's the... what's the third? Wait, oh yeah, you told me you
Ron?
didn't watch Wizard of
Brain
Oz.
and Brock.
No, it's brain, heart, oh, and courage. Who's the courage?
Highlight that.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably die also.
Envy's probably the brain for the team.
Well, he's gonna have to brain himself a better draft next game, because I think Winter did his homework. And Mineski definitely came prepared.
Alright,
Arrow combo does
30%,
not connect.
30% critical strikes on illusions now for PL. Lincoln Doomman, man. Well, he is
He's
gonna
dead.
be straight up dead. He is dead. Stone Gate's gonna fly out, but it doesn't matter. Stone Gate. It's gonna push a couple of people back.
Oh, hey, Phantom Lancer out of nowhere.
Yep. And now the buyback continues. That is yet another buyback. Watching Raxus go down.
I'm just watching Mushi dance all over their graves. He's just blinking and slamming.
Have mega creeps.
Well, something is definitely happening in the Fnatic comms right now. I just don't know what, because they are not GGing out.
Talking about game 2, Nick.
Well, it's Abed dead. He buys back. Mushi hasn't even attacked a building in like the last minute. He's just keeps blinking across the fountain, tossing lances. Oh god, Pilot die. He's gonna need more than courage to survive that.
Man, Dusa's being overwhelmed in his base, and they finally call that GG. And that was a very strong showing from Mineski, but very poor draft by Fnatic.
Yeah.
Not
Well, I don't know if it was.
sure-
So we did like see like hero by hero some of the questions, because like technically the Phantom Lancer last pick, that's 10th pick. You can't really count.
Sure. Well, here's the thing, right? Like, had to be. It could have been